Now I am going to introduce operating system. Myself Mamta Vanzre, ENTC department from AISSMS Institute of Information Technology. So it is operating system means what? It is the collection of system programs which acts as an interface between user and the computer and computer hardware. The purpose of operating system is to provide an environment in which a user can execute program in a convenient manner. So what is an operating system? It is a program that acts as an intermediary between a user of a computer and the computer hardware. So a program that controls the execution of application programs. Operating system goals are execute user programs and make solving user problems easier. Second one is make the computer system convenient to use. So manage the resource of a computer and control the way they are used. So use the computer hardware in an efficient manner. So OS problems and similar real life problems are there. Queue, semaphore, traffic control, overlapping tasks, scheduling problems are there. So there are two types of views of operating systems are there. One is user view and another one is a system view. User view means OS or operating system is a provider of services to make the application programming and use of machine easier, more efficient, fault tolerant, secure. And system point of view or system view, operating system is an allocator of resources and traffic or event controller is there. So matrices of success in under that we consider throughput, CPU utilization and deadlock prevention. So where operating system are used under desktop and server computers, personal and digital assistants, mobile phones, car, digital cameras, MP3, game console. These are the small examples of operating system we use. Under that desktop we consider DOS or Windows 95 is there. Personal and digital assistant in that Palm operating system is there, Windows CE is there, embedded Linux is also there. Mobile phones under that we use Android operating system nowadays, that is very recently we use. The main objective of operating system is first one is convenience, efficiency and ability to evolve. Convenience means to make computer more convenient to use. Efficiency wise to allow resources to be used in an efficient manner, and ability to evolve to permit effective development or testing introduction of a new system function. So computer system components under that hardware part is there, operating system part is there, application program and users are there. So hardware that provides basic computer resources, that is CPU, memory, IO devices are there. Operating system that is controls and coordinates the use of the hardware among the various application program for the various users, and application program that define the way in which the system resources are used to solve the computing problems of the users. So under that compilers, database system, video games, business programs are there. Users that is people or machine or other computers are there. So that is the abstract view of system component, users, then compiler, assembler, text editor, database systems that comes under application programs, system and application program is there. Then operating system, that interface between application program and computer hardware. And last one is a computer hardware. Okay, that is the view of system component. Then OS system components or functions of operating system. Under that process management is there, then main memory management, file management, IO system management, secondary storage management, networking, protection systems also under that functions of OS is there, error handling, then command interpreter systems are there. So let us see one by one. Process management, it is a program in execution A process needs certain resources that including CPU time, memory, files, and I/O devices to accomplish its task. And the operating system is responsible for the following activities in connection with the process management. So process creation and deletion, under that process suspension and resumption also occur. Then provision of mechanism for that is process synchronization and process communication is, these are the two provisions mechanisms of process management. So main memory management, that is a second function of operating system. Memory is a large array of words or bytes, each with its own address. It is a repository of quickly accessible data shared by CPU and I/O devices. So main memory is a volatile storage device. It loses its content in the case of system failure. The operating system is responsible for the following activities in connections with memory management. So first is keep track of which part of memory are currently being used and by whom. And next is decides which processes to load when memory space becomes available. And third one is allocate and delocate memory space as needed. These are the main activities. Next is file management is there. A file is a collection of related information defined by its creator. So commonly file represent programs are there, both resource and object form, and data are there. The operating system is responsible for the following activities in connection with the management. File management, under that file creation and deletion occurs, then directory creation and deletion is there, then support of primitive or manipulating file and directories are there, then mapping files onto secondary storage, then file backup on stable non-volatile storage media is there. Then next is I/O system management, that is main function of operating system. It consists of buffer caching system, a general device driver interface is there, and drivers for specific hardware devices are there. So secondary storage management, that is one of the main function of operating system. Since main memory, that is a primary storage or RAM is also called, so is a volatile and too small to accommodate all data and programs permanently. So the computer system must provide secondary storage to backup main memory. So most modern computer systems use disks and the principal online storage medium for both programs and data. The operating system is responsible for the following activities in connection with disk management. In that, free space management is there, storage allocation is there, and disk scheduling is there. So next is a networking, that is also called distributed system. A distributed system is a collection processor that do not share memory or a clock. Each processor has its own local memory. So the processor in the system are concerned through a communication network. So communication takes place using a protocol, a distributed system that provides user access to various system resources and access to shared resource that allows computation speed up, increased data availability, and enhanced reliability is there. Then last one that is very important, that is a protection system. Protection that refers to a mechanism for controlling access by program, processes, or users to both system and user resources. The protection mechanism that must distinguish between authorized and unauthorized uses, specify the control to be imposed, and that provide a mean of enforcement. Command and interpreter system is also one function of operating system. Many commands are given to the operating system by control statements which deal with process creation and management is there, I/O handling is there, the standard storage management, main memory management, file system access, and protection and networking. So the program that reads and interpret control statement, that is called variously command line interpreter, or shell is there. In Unix we use shell. Its function is to go get and execute the next command statement. So view of operating system services, hardware, above that operating system is there, under that program execution. These are the main function of that: IO operation, file system, communication, resource allocation, accounting, protection and security, error detection is there. Above that system call layer is there, and above that, that is the user interface. Under that GUI, batch and command line is there, user and other system programs, that is view of operating system services. So let us see one by one. Program development, that provides facility to create, edit and debug program. Program execution, that is for execution purpose. System capability, to load a program into memory and to run it. IO operation, since user programs cannot execute IO operations directly, the operating system must provide some means to perform IO's input output. File system manipulation, that is a program capability to read, write, create and delete files. Communication, that is exchange of information between processes executing either on the same computer or on different system tied together by the network. So implemented via shared memory or message passing. And error detection, that ensure correct computing by detecting errors in the CPU and memory hardware, in IO or input output devices, or in user programs. So additional operating system functions under the resource allocation is there, accounting is there and protection is there. So resource allocation, that allocating resources to multiple users or multiple jobs running at the same time, that is the resource allocation. Accounting means keeps track of and record which users use how much and what kind of computer resources for account billing or for accumulating usage statistics. And protection, that is very important function, so ensuring that all access to system resources is controlled. So operating system definition: resource allocator manages and allocate resources, control the program, that controls the execution of user program and operating of IO devices are there, and kernel. Kernel is the very important part of operating system, the one program running at all times, that or all else using being application programs. So operating system features needed for multi-programming, IO, that routines supplied by the system, memory management, the system must allocate the memory to several jobs, job scheduling is there, number of or no of jobs are ready for execution and stored in hard disk, but only few of them are bought into main memory. CPU scheduling, the CPU, in that the system must choose among several jobs in main memory ready to run, and last one is allocation of devices. So time sharing system is, that is the interactive computing. The CPU is multiplexed among several jobs that are kept in memory and on disk. The CPU is allocated to a job only if the job is in memory, and a job swap in and out, swap out or swapping of memory to the disk, that comes under time sharing. Online communication between the user and the system is also provided. When the operating system finishes the execution of one command, it seeks the next control statement is there from the user's keyboard, and online system must be available for user to access data and code. So time sharing, under that switching from one job to another is so frequent that users can interact with program while running, and response time should be very short. So many users share the computer system simultaneously. Very short period is allocated to each user, and switching from one system to another is that becomes very fast. So time sharing system are more complex in that case. They should provide support for virtual memory that allows the execution of job which are not completely in memory. Disk management is also there. So disk management means file system resides on allocation of disk, and sophisticated CPU scheduling for concurrent execution of jobs are there, and avoidance for deadlock. These are the support for that. So desktop system, that is personal computer, IO devices, that is user convenience and responsiveness, and can adopt technology developed for larger operating systems. Often individual have a sole use of computer and do not need advanced CPU utilization or protection features are there. So many run several different types of operating systems such as Windows, Mac OS, Unix and Linux. These are the migration of operating system concepts and features mentioned here. 1950 to 2000. Number of operating systems. So at starting, that is a mainframe, microcomputer, desktop computer, handheld computers, okay, like that. Most recently now we use a Unix operating system. So system call, that means it is a routine built into the kernel and performs a very basic functions that require communication with CPU, memory and devices. System call that provides the interface between a running program and the operating system. So generally available as assembly language instructions. So language defined to replace assembly language for systems programming that allows system calls to be made directly. For example, C, C++. In that case, we use system call. Normal program when executed runs in a user mode and has restricted access to memory and can execute restricted set of machine instruction. And when program invokes a system called CPU, that switches from user mode to more privileged mode, so that kernel mode, and now kernel runs program on behalf of user which has got access to any memory location and can execute any machine instructions. Once system call get over, CPU switches to user mode, system mode to user mode. So types of system calls are there: process control, file management, device management, information maintenance and communication. Virtual memory, that is the next part. A virtual machine that takes the layered approach to its logical conclusion. It treats hardware and the operating system kernel as though they were all hardware. The virtual machine that provides an interface identical to the underlying bare hardware. The operating system creates the illusion of multiple processes, each executing on its own processor with its own that virtual memory. So the resource of the physical computer are shared to create the virtual machine. CPU scheduling can create the appearance that user have their own processor. Spooling and the file system can provide virtual card readers and virtual line printers are there. A normal user time sharing, that terminal serves as the virtual machine operator's console. Thank you.